Thanks, Paul.
Johnny, you bet. We appreciate it. We see what happened to, in fact, some of my personal friends on the East Coast when this hurricane hit. Their house was devastated. We have floods and fires in California. We're coming to you for good advice. How can we be prepared?
Well, for example, for homeowners, you want to have your all of your insurance papers, your deeds, different things put together for your home insurance, and then financial documents. You want to make sure those are safe.
Yeah, and does that mean we have extra copies with a friend or family member? We have a fireproof safe in the house? What do you recommend?
Yeah, well, you can definitely do both, but
Yeah.
it's suggested to have a fireproof safe, watertight container. You know, put your passports, Social Security cards, identification, financial papers, all in one place. It's always good to have everything in one place. That way, if a disaster does happen, you have everything right there where you can grab it and get it out or have it in a safe container.
You feel safe about having it in the cloud? Would you put that stuff up
Yeah,
there?
yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Nowadays, a lot of folks are gearing towards the cloud, and it's a good place because you can go on the internet. If anything's damaged, you have an extra copy, and I definitely suggest to do that as well.
Speaking of going on the internet, you have a website that would help us know the things to put in there?
That's right, that's right. You could go to GPIS4U.org. We have a roadmap for important papers under the forums section, under resources. And it'll give you a guide of all the important papers that you want to keep together and have on hand.
All right, yeah, and you don't have to spend any money to do that. I'll remind you of the website again. You talk about having reserves. Does that mean cash or credit cards? If I want to make sure I can, survive the few days before service is back up, what do I keep on hand?
Well, it's always a good idea to have some cash on hand in case of emergencies. Typically want to have at least about 2 weeks for emergencies for like food, water for the family and stuff like that, and especially if you know that disaster is coming through. Now, of course, outside your zone, if you lose electricity, you could use ATMs, but if you're in that area, you want to have some cash available always for emergencies.
And probably in spendable denominations, I would think.
That's
would be
right.
Good advice. We're going to run out of time. Real quickly, I do want to talk about what do we do in the immediate aftermath. I've had a flood, I've had a fire. What do I do?
Well, the first thing is as you see this coming in, and if you know a disaster is coming, you really want to take inventory on all your home assets. You can go to FEMA, get a good checklist there as well, and that's good for your insurance needs too, just knowing, for home insurance, knowing what kind of assets you have in the house, so if a disaster comes through, you know what you have.
Okay, yeah. We did not get to being careful about your donations at a time when we see our friends and neighbors so hurt by a natural disaster. We want to give money. You always give advice to be careful about where you give your money. Check out the charities.
That's right. That's right.
All right, and we got to go, unfortunately. But once again, to get that checklist of the kinds of paperwork you ought to have safely on hand, it's GPIS for the number 4U, the letter U. So GPIS4U.org. Johnny, it's great to have you come in.
Thanks,
We
Paul.
appreciate what you know that we don't when it comes to taking good care of our finances and our possessions in the case of an emergency. That's it for me. We're going to run over and find out what's going on in traffic.